Step 1. Recognize how loud the world has become. The first step is simply noticing the environment we all live in, a world where everyone feels the need to talk, to share, to argue, to be noticed. People rush to speak before they have even had time to think. They post without reflecting. They react without understanding. They chase attention because they're afraid of being overlooked. But when everyone is trying to be loud, loudness loses meaning. This is where silence becomes powerful. It becomes different. It stands out without trying. The first step is realizing you don't need to compete for attention. Step 2. Understand the two types of silence. Not all silence is the same. There's silence that comes from fear, the silence of not knowing what to say, of feeling unsure, insecure, or overwhelmed. But then there's silence that comes from self-awareness, a quiet confidence, a grounded presence. The second kind of silence says, I know who I am. I don't need to prove anything. Your goal is not just to be quiet, but to become comfortable in your own quiet. This kind of silence doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't beg for validation. It simply is. Step 3. Real confidence is built. When no one is watching, here's where it gets real. Confidence isn't built on compliments or attention. It's built in all the unseen hours of your life. The nights you worked when it would have been easier to stop. The mornings you got up even when you didn't feel motivated. The moments you chose discipline over comfort. The decisions you made with no applause, no witnesses, no recognition. That's the foundation. When you learn you can rely on yourself, you stop needing external approval entirely. You earned your own respect. And that kind of confidence can't be taken away. Step 4. Notice when you stop trying to impress. There's a shift that happens when your self-respect grows. You stop performing. You stop explaining yourself. You stop needing others to notice your progress. And something subtle but powerful happens. You move slower. You speak less. Your presence becomes heavier, calmer, more grounded. You're not chasing attention anymore. You're not trying to be impressive. You're just being who you are, simply and honestly. And that's when people start to feel your presence without you asking for theirs. Step 5. Sit with yourself in silence. This is the step most people avoid. Sit with your own mind. No music, no scrolling, no distractions, just you. At first you may notice discomfort, old memories, insecurities, feelings you haven't processed. That's okay. That's the point. Silence isn't empty. It brings clarity. It shows you what needs healing, what needs growth, and what needs letting go. If you can sit in silence and remain steady, you are already stronger than most. This is where your emotional strength develops. Step 6. Learn to respond, not react. Silence teaches patience. When you aren't overwhelmed by noise, you don't react impulsively. You don't rush to defend yourself. You don't respond out of fear or anger. You take a breath. You think. You choose. Your decisions become intentional. Your words become meaningful. Your emotions become balanced. This is where emotional control comes from. Not from suppression, but awareness. Silence gives you space to choose who you want to be in every moment. Step 7. Let your presence speak. Presence is not something you try to show. It is something that others feel. And presence comes from what you've lived. The strength you built when no one saw. The clarity you gained in silence. The patience you developed by understanding yourself. People notice without you needing to say anything. You don't have to announce your growth. You don't have to talk about your transformation. You don't have to prove yourself. Your presence becomes your language. And people respect what they can feel but cannot shake. Step 8. Let silence become your foundation. Eventually, silence stops being something you practice and becomes where you naturally return. It becomes home. You don't need noise to feel alive. You don't need attention to feel valuable. You don't need validation to feel real. Your worth comes from within you now. Your peace comes from within you. Your identity comes from within you. Your silence isn't empty. It is full. Full of everything you've learned, everything you've healed, everything you've built, everything you've become, And because of that, respect follows naturally, not because you asked for it, not because you demanded it, but because you became someone who doesn't need to ask. Closing. If you're in a quiet season of your life right now, don't rush out of it. You are forming something real, something solid, something lasting. Growth that starts in silence becomes confidence that lasts forever. Welcome to Inner Empire. Keep building, quietly.